A Night of Horror in Austin, written by Cory Mitchell, author of Murdered Innocents. This gripping tale delves into one of the most harrowing nights in Austin's history. A night that left an indelible mark on the community and the families involved. It was a cold December night in 1991, in the bustling city of Austin, Texas. The city, known for its vibrant music scene and warm, welcoming atmosphere, was alive with the usual hustle and bustle. People were out enjoying the nightlife, unaware of the impending tragedy that would soon unfold. The air was thick with the scent of barbecue, and live music spilled out from the bars on 6th Street. The streets were filled with laughter and the sounds of people enjoying themselves, a typical night in this lively city. Yet, amidst the joy and revelry, a sinister shadow was about to cast its pall over Austin. But on this night a darkness fell upon the city, a darkness that would linger for decades to come. The cheerful ambiance of the city was about to be shattered by an act so heinous that it would leave the community reeling and searching for answers for years. In a quiet corner, tucked away on Anderson Lane, sat a popular spot called I Can't Believe It's Yogurt. This yogurt shop was a beloved hangout for teenagers, a place where they could unwind after a long day at school, share stories and enjoy sweet treats. It was a place where teenagers gathered after school, a place of laughter and sweet treats. The shop was often filled with the sound of giggles and chatter, a safe haven for the youth of Austin. But on this fateful night, the cheerful atmosphere was shattered by an act of unimaginable violence. But on this night, the cheery atmosphere was shattered by an act of unimaginable violence. The tranquility of the yogurt shop was broken by a crime so brutal that it would haunt the city for years. The once lively and joyous place was now a scene of horror and despair. 4 young girls, their lives full of promise, were brutally murdered. The community was left in shock and mourning, struggling to comprehend the senseless loss of such vibrant young lives. Memorials with candles and flowers sprang up as the city came together to grieve and remember the victims. Their names were Amy Ayers, Eliza Thomas, Jennifer Harbison, and Sarah Harbison. These young girls, full of dreams and aspirations, were taken from their families and friends in a cruel and heartless act. Their memories live on, a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring impact of that tragic night in Austin. 4 lives cut short. These 4 young lives, full of promise and potential, were tragically taken too soon. Amy Ayers, a bright and bubbly 13-year-old, was the youngest of the victims. She was known for her infectious laugh and her love for animals. Amy had a special bond with her dog, Max, and spent countless hours playing with him in the backyard. Her friends often described her as the life of the party, always bringing joy and laughter wherever she went. Eliza Thomas, 17, was a talented artist with a kind heart. She had a unique ability to capture the beauty of the world through her drawings and paintings. Eliza's artwork was often displayed in local galleries, and she dreamed of one day becoming a professional artist. Her kindness extended beyond her art. She was always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. She had a passion for music and dreamed of becoming a veterinarian. Eliza spent her weekends volunteering at the local animal shelter where she cared for abandoned and injured animals. Her love for music was evident in the way she would lose herself in her favorite songs, often sharing her playlists with friends. Jennifer Harbison, 15, was a gifted student and a talented athlete. She excelled in her studies, consistently earning top grades in her class. Jennifer was also a dedicated athlete, spending hours practicing volleyball and leading her team to numerous victories. Her determination and hard work were an inspiration to her peers. She excelled in school and was a star player on her volleyball team. Jennifer's leadership on the court was matched by her kindness off it. She was always there to support her teammates, offering encouragement and advice. Her dream was to earn a scholarship to play volleyball in college and pursue a career in sports medicine. Sarah Harbison, 17, was Jennifer's older sister. The bond between the two sisters was unbreakable. They were each other's confidants and best friends. Sarah was known for her quick wit and her ability to make everyone around her feel special. She was a natural leader, known for her quick wit and her ability to light up any room. Sarah's leadership skills were evident in her role as the captain of the debate team, where she led her team to several championships. Her friends admired her for her intelligence, humor, and unwavering support. Sarah had dreams of becoming a lawyer, hoping to use her skills to make a positive impact on the world. These 4 young lives, each unique and full of dreams, were tragically cut short. Their memories live on in the hearts of those who knew and loved them. The discovery of a nightmare. The discovery of the crime scene was horrific. It was around midnight when officers responded to a call about a fire at the yogurt shop. Upon arrival, firefighters battled the blaze, only to uncover a scene of unimaginable horror. The bodies of the 4 girls were found bound and gagged, each bearing multiple gunshot wounds. The community was left reeling, struggling to comprehend the sheer brutality of the act. The news spread like wildfire, plunging the city into a state of shock and disbelief. The early investigation and false confessions. The Austin Police Department launched a full-scale investigation, determined to bring the perpetrators to justice. The crime had shocked the community, and the pressure on the police force was immense. They knew that every move they made would be scrutinized by the public and the media. The stakes were incredibly high, and failure was not an option. The pressure was immense, with the eyes of the nation fixed on the case. News outlets covered every development, and the public demanded swift action. The police held press conferences to update the community, but the tension was palpable. Everyone wanted answers, and they wanted them fast. Detectives worked tirelessly, following every lead, interviewing countless witnesses, and piecing together the events of that fateful night. They sifted through mountains of evidence, hoping to find the one clue that would break the case wide open. The work was grueling, but the detectives were relentless in their pursuit of justice. The investigation took a dramatic turn when 4 young men were arrested in connection with the murders. The community was shocked, and the media frenzy intensified. These arrests seemed to be the breakthrough everyone had been waiting for, but the story was far from over. Under intense interrogation, some of the suspects confessed to the crime. The confessions seemed to confirm the police's suspicions, and it looked like the case was finally coming to a close. However, the methods used during these interrogations would soon come under scrutiny. However, these confessions were later found to be coerced and inconsistent with the evidence. Legal experts and advocates raised concerns about the validity of the confessions, pointing out numerous discrepancies. The case began to unravel, and the integrity of the investigation was called into question. The charges were dropped and the search for the real killers continued. The police were back to square one, but they remained determined. The community's trust had been shaken, but the quest for justice pressed on. The real perpetrators were still out there, and the investigation was far from over. Years turned into decades, and the case remained unsolved. The families of the victims were left in a perpetual state of grief and uncertainty, denied the closure they so desperately craved. The investigation took numerous twists and turns, with several persons of interest emerging, but no concrete leads. Theories abounded, some more plausible than others, but none could definitively answer the question that haunted the city: who killed Amy, Eliza, Jennifer, and Sarah? In the late 2000s, a glimmer of hope emerged from the darkness. Advances in DNA technology offered a new avenue of investigation. Evidence collected from the crime scene, untouched for years, was re-examined using the latest forensic techniques. The results sent a jolt through the investigation. A partial DNA profile previously unidentifiable yielded a potential match. Could this be the break they had been waiting for? However, the DNA evidence, while promising, was not a conclusive answer. It pointed to a potential suspect, but the link was not strong enough for an arrest. The investigation continued, focusing on building a stronger case based on the new DNA evidence. Detectives pursued every angle, hoping to find the missing piece of the puzzle that would finally crack the case wide open. The families of the victims clung to hope, their pain reignited with each new development, yet tempered by years of disappointment. The yogurt shop murders cast a long shadow over Austin. The case became a chilling reminder of the city's lost innocence, a stark contrast to its vibrant and carefree image. The families of Amy, Eliza, Jennifer, and Sarah continued to live with the unbearable pain of their loss. Their lives forever altered by the tragedy. They became advocates for their daughters, determined to keep their memory alive and to fight for the justice they deserved. The case of the Austin yogurt shop murders remains unsolved to this day. However, the investigation is still active, and the Austin Police Department remains committed to finding the truth. The advancements in DNA technology offer a beacon of hope, a chance to finally bring closure to this decades-old mystery. The families of the victims, though scarred by tragedy, have never given up hope, clinging to the belief that one day, their daughter's killer or killers will be brought to justice.